Welcome to Dry Ground Honey. Today we're moving our nuke into a big hive. Yes, this is part 2 of I just got my first nucleus. There it is. Spoiler alert. The queen has been accepted in there. We've got a nice queen in there. You'll know if you watched one of the other videos. I'm sure it's up on there. But today now, this is going to be... I've just had my first nucleus of bees. It's just came in the post. Pretend there hasn't been a big gap and you've had to requeen it. But what do I do now? Because what do I do once I've got my nuke and I know that there's queen right? We're suited up. Smoker's lit. Let's get it on. First things first. If you're a beginner or if you're experienced, first things first. Give them a little puff of smoke at the entrance. A little puff of smoke like that. Let them know that you're coming in. Don't be shy if you're a beginner to give them a bit of smoke. I certainly not shy giving them smoke. Maybe I give them too much. Who knows? So we just got our first nuke. Yours won't be on a double box like this. I've had to do this because there's been so much time in between getting this bad boy requeened. So if you've just got your first nuke, you know it's queen right, there's eggs in there, she's laying. It's getting a little bit too big for your box. Now it's time to move it into a full hive. So you've bought your hive, you've assembled it, you've painted it, or you've bought it, built it, or you've bought a second hand and cleaned it. Now it's time to put it into the big hive. So this is what we're going to do. You get your nuke, you're going to move it to a different spot, put your new hive where the old nuke was, the entrance, point in the same direction, that's important. Then I'm going to transfer over all the frames. Easy peasy, easy peasy. Get your suit on, get your gloves on, don't worry about it. Get your smoker lit, you'll have no problem. Let's do it. First thing we got to do is we're going to move this hive to a new position. Now ideally, I'd move it a couple of meters away so I won't have to deal with any angry bees bringing them back and forth. But for the purposes of you being able to see, I'm just going to move her into this gap here, okay? So you feel free to move her as far as you want. But we're going to move the hive to a new position. He's a pretty big boy. How am I going to do this? I'm going to strap her all together first. Right, so that's all together now, strapped up. I'm going to move her as one onto the floor here. Now this is a nasty hive, they might be angry with me for this. Move them over a touch. So we take our new floor, or in this case, my old floor, and put it there. Put my entrance reducing block in. See, the new bees are flying there already. So take your new hive, make sure it's the right way up. You take our new hive. I like how I mine the cold way. You put it any way you like. Put your new brew box on the floor. Easy peasy, like that. Easy peasy. So now all that's left to do is transfer these frames into this box. Give them a touch of smoke again. Pop, pop, pop. This is a feeder I put on this box. As I lift, this could be your crown board. As I lift it up, I'm going to give it a bit of smoke. Let them chill out in there for a bit. Don't want them too bitey. Look at all the bees flying back now, trying to get back. Let's get the frames in for these boys quick. Check on the bottom of your crown board, make sure your queen's not there. She's not. I've got 12 frames in this box, but this can only take 11. So take this one out. Just foundation, just like you might have in your nuke. Just take out a frame nice and slow, checking for the queen. Look at this, a lovely frame of food. Check them out as you put it in. You know, have a look. Lovely frame of food. Put this on the outside. Now put the food towards the outside of your nest. What I would do if this is a brand new nuke, I put the 6 frames or 5 frames from my nuke right in the middle, I put the foundation around the outside. Or drone comb better if you got it, but you might not have drone comb. So you put your foundation around the outside. These are nice looking bees. Got some brood in the top there. That's nice to see in there. Eggs all around. Put this next to the food. Basically, this is it. Like, here's our queen. Here's our queen. There she is right there. I'm not going to carry her over in case she flies off. But we're going to put the queen in the new box. Now this is going to make our life so much easier. We know our queen is in there, our most important bee, the excellent bee, the queen bee, down there in this frame. There she is. So now I don't have to be so careful with these ones. I'll still be careful, don't get me wrong. Don't want to be rough. But this is a frame of food, so I'm going to put it on the outside. But I don't have to be as careful, you know. This is a frame of foundation. This might be what your nuke looked like. I'm just taking my top box off. Give these bees a touch of smoke. Pow, 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 pow. Don't be afraid to give them a bit of smoke. You know, we're all new. It's your first nuke. Don't know quite what to do. Give yourself a bit of confidence. Give the bees a bit of smoke. So we're going to start on the outside or second frame because I know the queen is not there. So we're going to see what we've got here. This is a frame of food, pollen, and they haven't drawn this side. So I'm going to stick that there in between this frame of food. Look at this queen. Look at that for a slab of brood. Now this is the sort of thing you want to see in your nukes. This is going to explode in a couple of days. This frame, one full sheet of cat brood, they say, will make 3 full frames of bees. So this colony is just going to go pow. So put honey around the outside. Nice full sheet of eggs. This is an open mated queen here. Remember, we done it from a queen cell. So this brood, cat brood, going right there, next to the other brood. Now this is a sheet of what's called emerging brood. This is where the brood is hatching. She's already laid it up. It's all hatching out. So the bees are hatching out and the workers are filling up the gaps with pollen. Good. First one. Now you will kill bees. It's a sad shame, but it will happen. Well, these are pretty calm bees. They're not trying to fight me, look. They're not flying up. These are a good set of bees. Open mated, you can never quite tell what they are. And from a queen cell, from a swarm, so you never know. Your nuke will probably have a buckfast queen or a locally mated British queen or American queen. Maybe if you're in America, maybe you've got an Italian, maybe you've got a Carniolans. Or the Russian bees, they're getting quite popular now, the Russian Carniolans. Let me know in the comments. What queen have you got in your nuke? This is a frame of emerging brood that the queen has laid up back with eggs. That's a good sign. That goes in there. Try and keep all the brood together. Another nice frame, brood and pollen. They got a lot of pollen, that means they're going to be making a lot of bees. We've got our last frame here, which is all food. So what I'm going to do, Bear in mind I've got double the amount of frames of you're going to have. Just going to scooch everything up a touch. Put this frame of food right here. Well, I've been quite disruptive with these bees and they're not trying to get me. So don't be scared. When you put your frames in, just remember, you want all the frames to be touching. Don't let your smoker go out. Keep it going. You know, we're all new, just starting. Easy thing to do. As soon as you need it, it'll be out. So you keep it going. Just give it a couple of little puffs. So try and get all your frames touching. That way you'll have the correct bee space. So we take our remaining bees. There's some in this box, can you see? And just shake them in. Give them a good shake, a good tap, they'll go in. Let me show you a close up. This is why I had to put the second box on my set of bees. They fill in every frame already. If I close this up now, and the bees hatch, although it's July, maybe they'll swarm. We don't want to lose our bees. So I'm going to now put a super on these bees. That's a honey box. Because we're in the middle of the summer flow. You can see it's a lovely day. All the bees are flying. Look around there, all the bees are flying. They come back into the new entrance. I'm going to put a super on. Now for you just installing your first nuke, maybe you're getting in April. You're not going to want to put a super on just yet. I'll explain to you what I think you should do next. This bit of kit's a queen excluder. Now I was told, never let your bees touch the sides, never let them touch the roof. So when they get to about 80% full, because this box is completely full, we need to get another box on top. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this bit of kit on. The worker bees can go through, but the queen bee can't fit. Queen excluder. We put it on top. That stops the queen laying in our honey boxes. I'm using a National in the UK. So if you're in the UK, chances are you'll be using this. We might be using a Langstroth. So you might be having a Langstroth medium. This is a Langstroth medium super. We're going to put our super right on top, just like that. Easy. Now inside the super, these are shallow frames, smaller frames, so the bees will draw out. Now, I'm doing this because I'm in the middle of the summer flow. Nearly all the frames downstairs are drawn out. That means they've made comb on them all. But you might be getting your nuke in the spring, you might be getting it in May, and you haven't got any frames drawn out. The aim of the game when you just got your nuke is to get all your brood frames drawn out so your bees can progress as fast as possible. What that'll entail for you, feeding. Feeding a 1-to-1 sugar syrup is best. So you need something like this. This is just a rapid feeder. There's many different types of feeders. I won't go into them. Get yourself a feeder, whichever one you think is going to work best for you. These are the ones I like, rapid feeders. So then I would have my brood nest. We pretend this super is our brood nest. I put the feeder right on top and I pour in 1-to-1 sugar syrup. Fill it up with grass so they don't, or fill up with sticks or grass or float. Your nuke might come with a feeder, or you might have a frame feeder inside. Put some floats in, something so the bees don't drown in the sugar syrup. Put the sugar syrup in, the bees will come up. They'll come up through these holes and eat the syrup. It really is that simple. Keep feeding until all your frames are drawn. Or until the bees just stop taking it down. There might be a flow on. All that's left to do, put the roof on. Bob's your uncle. Your nucleus colony transferred into a full-sized hive. Now like I said, perhaps you've got a feed. And if so, fill up with feed. Feed it, check the feeder every couple of days, top it up. Don't let your bees drown. Enjoy your beekeeping, it'll be really good fun. Thanks for watching, I'll see you again. And we're going to have a good look through to all the different types of brood, what we're looking at. The eggs, the larvae, the cap brood, the drone brood. We'll get a nice good look at the queen. leave a mark the queen. Maybe your nuke came without a mark queen. I'll see you again. Have fun.